is now 36% in Q3 as compared to 28% in Q3 of 1920 financial year. The total active working dealer of the company as on 31st December was approximately 1,645. The sales of house wires in this quarter is rupees 264 crore against 223 crore in the previous year same period. The growth achieved in this quarter is 18%. The sales of extra high voltage cable in this quarter is
The conference is now being recorded.
35 crore previous year. The growth is approximately 15%. However, the export sale achieved is 139 crore against 300 crore in the same quarter of previous year. As I have already mentioned, that it was due to a substantially large order of Dangote Refinery, which was executed in this period in last year. Due to that, the export sale has declined. The EPC sale other than cable is rupees 122 crore against 182 crore in the same quarter of the previous year. So the EPC sale declined by 33% approximately. Now I will brief summary of around 9 months of the financial year 2020-21. Net sales in 9 months of financial year 2021 is rupees 2,935 crore against rupees 3,625 crore. Sales declined approximately 19% compared to last year. It was due to lockdown and restrictions of business activities faced during first quarter of this year, and some effect continued even in the second quarter as well. And also the lower revenue from the EPC department and execution of the one large export order in the previous year. EBITDA in the 9 months is rupees 336 crore against rupees 389 crore. EBITDA is approximately 13.63% decline over corresponding 9 months previous year. However, the EBITDA over net sales in this 9 months is 11.46% versus 10.74%. So the EBITDA improvement is by 0.75% in this 9 months of this financial year. Profit after tax in 9 months is rupees 184 crore against rupees 194 crore. However, the profit after tax / net sales is 6.27% in 9 months versus 5.36%, showing an improvement of around 0.9% on the total sales. The institutional cable sale domestic is rupees 1,215 crore in 9 months as compared to rupees 1,324 crore in the corresponding period previous year. So the domestic institutional cable sale achieved is around 92% of the same quarter last year. So it declined by 8%
in 9 months.
In 9 months. And sales through dealer network is rupees 944 crore in 9 months against 1,092 crore. So the dealer sale also declined by 13.5%. The main decline was in the first and the second. First quarter was significant and the second quarter was also there. It was mainly due to lockdowns in the major cities, metros, and in A-class cities. However, dealer sales through dealer network is 32% of the turnover in the 9 months period, as against 30% for the corresponding period previous year. The sales of extra high voltage cable in 9 months is rupees 345 crore against rupees 308 crore in the previous year same period. The growth is approximately 12%. EPC sale other than cable is rupees 333 crore as against 578 crore. So there is a decline of around 240 crore in the sale of EPC division. The present order book position of the company is, as on 1st January 2021, was 2,611 crore, and we were L1 in an order of 130 crore of 220 kV extra high voltage cable from Delhi Transco. That order has since been received last week. I will give now some general comments. Month after month, the market position is improving, and our new order booking in the wire and cable segment, and as well as the house wire, either through institutional business customers or from the dealer network, is improving. And we are hopeful that in Q4 we will be able to reach almost 100% level in the wire and cable business in the Q4. However, there will be decline in the turnover due to EPC business, because that we have not booked any new order in EPC division in last approximately 1.5 years. So it was a strategic decision to limit the EPC business to 400 to 500 crore in a year, mainly because of the slow recovery of money from the government customers. So we are reducing our stake in this business gradually. We are receiving now a lot of pending payments from the EPC customers, and in January we saw a good amount of receipt, and we will be able to maintain our working capital cycle to the same level of last year, as on 31st March 2021. So the working capital cycle will come to the same level of the last year by end of this financial year. Company's credit rating from ICRA and CARE has been upgraded to A+ from long-term rating and reaffirmed at A1 for short-term rating. The book value for the per equity share of the company is now rupees 190 as against 168 as on March 31, 2020. The total net debt as on 31st December 2020 is 220 crore as against 152 crore as on 31st March 2020. However, the acceptances or creditors through letter of credit has gone down from 770 crore to 308 crore. So declined by 462 crore in the same period. So this is a brief, and now I will request you to raise any questions, whatever you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles.
इंडस्ट्री का थोड़ा आप बताएंगे कभी?
The first question is from the line of Lavina Quadros from Jefferies. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So firstly, congrats on the good set of results. Just two questions. One is there any comments you'd like to give on the export outlook? Clearly there is a lack of orders on the export side, but anything on the outlook over the next 6, 9, 12 months? Any market particularly you think you'll get orders from?
See, we are able to maintain our export orders from our existing markets, especially in Australia as well as in Middle East, but some parts of Africa. But export orders are definitely in these countries, other than Australia, are under pressure mainly because of lockdowns and slowdown in the economic activity. So and moreover, there has not, due to lack of travel by the marketing people, the new business development is also not taking place. So the export outlook will remain little weak in next 6 months, but we will be able to maintain the business turnover from the domestic business to compensate the fall of exports. But we are quite hopeful that after 6 months, after June onwards, the export will also pick up, because once the normal travel starts, we are also working on many new countries to develop the business activity, as I mentioned 1 year back also. But this 1 year is practically lost because of non-business activity in any of these countries and lack of travel.
So when you say maintain, I mean, is there like a base orders that of maybe 300, 400 crores that you would get anyway, irrespective?
Yes, we are domestic businesses, even institutional business. We are growing, and we have already grown in the quarter 3 by 3%. But now the order booking is improving every month. So there are substantial business coming from metro projects and other infrastructure projects, which has been now boosted for execution, and we will be able to maintain this the turnover from the domestic business to compensate the lesser exports. And but export is our focus, and it will start coming back maybe in 6 months onwards, because we are very well placed in a lot of countries.
Understood. So, sorry, just trying to understand, is there a base export order? Like you said, you'll get your recurring orders on the export side. Is there like a base that even if no big order comes, at least 300, 400 crores or something?
Yeah. Around 500 crore export will in a year is being maintained even at the current, which was the level in the last year also, other than Dangote, which was an exceptionally big order of 450 crore. Other than that, we are in line with in our business. So that much export is being maintained and will be maintained.
Okay, thank you, sir. And last question from Mr. Rajiv. Sir, could you just give the interest list, sir, for the quarter? Interest cost breakup?
So interest is basically close to 13 crore rupees. So you want the breakup of the interest?
Yes, sir. The LC and other charges.
Yeah, just I am giving you. Just a minute. So interest in this quarter is close to 4 crore rupees on the term loan. 0.67 crore is on the term loan, and working capital interest is close to 5 crore rupees, and LC interest is close to 1.7 crore, and bank charges on LC is 1 crore, and bank charges on bank guarantee is close to 2.3 crore, and balance is the 2.5 crore is the processing charges for all the banks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Agarwal from InvestShed Research. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir, very good afternoon and thanks for the opportunity. There were 3-4 questions I had. Firstly, could I understand when you say A, B and C class of cities for retail network, essentially how do you classify that? Is it based on population or is it some other method?
So it is basically depending on the metros and the non-metro city, large cities actually.
Okay, so a A class and a B class and a C class. So the A class refers to the metro and B and C would be tier 2 and tier 3 markets? Is
Yes,
that how
like
to understand?
Yeah, like this.
Okay, got it. Secondly, could you quantify what was the Dangote quantum for third quarter of last year in terms of revenue?
Yeah,
Right.
that was close to 122 crore rupees.
And what was it for fourth quarter of last year? Will that number be available?
So fourth quarter is not now, but I will inform you.
Okay. And last question was on CapEx. Could you help me understand how was the utilization for products in terms of their capacity, and how are you planning for capital expenditure, in line with your growth projections for revenue in fiscal 21-22?
Utilization of the on a 9-month basis, the cable division was utilized at close to 57 to 60%, and house wire division is close to 61-62%, and the stainless steel wire division is 87%.
Okay, and how are you planning the CapEx for the balance of the year? How much did you do in 9 months, and what's the plan for full year and next year?
There was 9 months, there was no major capex because we have already implemented last year the Silvassa plant. Only the balance capex was 15 crore which we have done in this current financial year. But none of the now we will have the new capex in the new area, the greenfield project, wherein we are searching for the land, and hopefully within this quarter we will acquire the land and we will go for the expansion in the next financial year. Close to 175 crore we will plan for investment in the next financial year for expansion of low tension, high tension and extra high voltage power cable, because house wire capacity we have already doubled in our Silvassa plant, which will be available for next 2 years at least.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All the best.
The next question is from Cogito Advisors. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, I just wanted to check 2 things. One is that in quarter 4, how do you see the outlook compared to quarter 3? Then moving on from there, what is your, I know it's a little early, but what is your overall sense of the kind of growth you're likely to see next year? And also, in terms of our CapEx plans for the greenfield expansion, if you could just tell us how much we're likely to spend next year.
In quarter 4, our expectation is that the domestic business will reach at par compared to the last year.
Okay.
But in export also will be at par with the last year, except the exceptional export done to Dangote refinery. Other
Right.
exports will be at par because that is from our regular customers.
Right.
So far as growth prospects are concerned, I think we should be reaching to close to 86 to 87% of the last financial year level in the whole year.
Right.
Secondly, the next year, our growth expectation will be and guidance will be close to 20% from this year level.
Right.
And so far as capex is concerned, we expect to spend 175 crore rupees in the capital expenditure in the next financial year on the land and the construction of the new project.
Right. And this we should be able to fund from our internal accruals also, right? Partly from the money we had raised and partly from internal accruals. Or will we be taking debt?
Correct. We will not be taking any debt for this.
No debt for this. Okay. And in terms, we've done a very good job of maintaining profitability. So for the full year, roughly, although sales will be 86-87%, you said, as compared to last year, would it be fair to say our profits will end up being close to last year as they are in the first 9 months also?
Yeah, hopefully it is looking that nearer to that figure will be there, because our EBITDA margin has improved and the PAT margin has also improved. Because of that, we can reach to this.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul from Smith Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for providing me an opportunity to ask the question. So 2 questions from my side. As you said previous that as a strategy you are limiting your exposure to the EPC business. So going forward, how you are going to compensate this loss in revenue from your other business? And secondly, if you can...
We are targeting aggressively the retail business, as must have in the last 3 years also. We have grown our retail business more than 25 to 30% year-on-year basis. The same kind of aggression in terms of marketing and in terms of sale you will see. So that's why our CMD has said even after reducing the EPC division to the level of 50 to 60%, still we will be growing 20% plus from the current year level to next year level.
Okay. And so if you can provide more details on the receivables currently you have in the EPC business?
Currently, the receivable is we have given the balance sheet also. So receivable figure is as comparable to the last year figure, but by another 150 crore, which is overdue in the EPC division, will come by March or maybe next by April, because now we are getting the old retention money from the government side, because lots of payments are coming every month.
Okay.
So the working capital cycle as well as the debt as on March 21 will be comparable to the March 20 level also.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's it.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Saurabh Patwa from HDFC Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for taking the question. Just wanted to have your thoughts on what the market how the overall market doing for the wire segment. I believe I think other companies which have reported numbers so far, all of them have shown good growth. So in that context, we being relatively smaller, what's the scope which you see for market share gains, and how would we have done in this quarter with respect to market share gain?
In my commentary, I have already said that in housewire segment we have grown by 18% in this quarter, and we hope to grow by close to 25% in the fourth quarter. And we are now present in every area of the country or in all the regions, and we are increasing our retail sales team in our branches to have more better penetration in every nook and corner of the country, and even in the smaller cities, and through smaller cities to the rural areas. So we will be definitely taking this business substantially forward, and next year we expect to grow by 30 to 40% approximately in housewire business.
No, my question was slightly in case how we would have in last post-COVID, like last 6 months, this pent-up demand has
Sorry to
been.
interrupt, sir. The line for the management is disconnected. Kindly stay on line till I
Sure.
reconnect them. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the management line reconnected to the call. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yes. So, have you got my answer, or you did?
Yes. No, so my question was slightly like in last 6 months, how is the market for the house wire doing? The overall market, our numbers have been pretty strong, sir. So just wanted to understand how the overall market has been going there.
Overall market has been growing at this pace only, that by around 15%. So we grew by 18% in this third quarter, and we hope to grow by approximately 20 to 25% in the fourth quarter. But the next year our target will be to grow by approximately 30 to 35% in the next financial year in the house wire segment. We are now present in each and every nook and corner of the country, and we are taking the market share in even smallest cities, and through the smaller cities dealers to the rural areas as well. We have increased our the below the line branding activities as well as the other branding activities to improve our brand.
So this year so far, how much would have been our A&P expenditure?
It will be close. How much?
Advertisement expenditure as compared to last year is less, almost to the 50% level actually.
Okay, great. So just can I add one more question, if you
Please.
Yeah. Hello.
बोलिए.
Yeah. Sir, so we have decided to curtail our the turnkey business, but so we would so as per the numbers which we see, we are having a pretty decent balance sheet, and we were doing pretty okay in terms of the THP business. In the turnkey business as well. So and we were able to grow with even after having that turnkey business with us, we were able to grow pretty well in the domestic wire, which we want to focus more. So what led us to just decide that and actually implement that?
It is mainly because of the slow recovery of payments from the government departments and the long chain and uncertainties of the payments. So to compensate that, we want to grow the retail business.
So we want to focus more on the cable side and
and the wire
on the wire side, and over time reduce dependence on cables.
Not cables, the turnkey
part. Yeah. So we'll continue to supply to the vendors who would be doing those projects. Yeah.
That is our strength.
Yeah, right. So just one, what would be our market share in EHV cables in India?
Our market share in EHV cables is close to 35% at the moment.
Okay. Great, sir. Thanks, and all the best, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rita Tahil Ramani from Invesco. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Just an extension to the previous participant question. In terms of the wire growth, where we mentioned is 18%, of this, how much is value-led and how much is volume-led, considering the increase in the raw material?
Almost 50% is the price-led and 50% is the volume.
Okay. Secondly, could you give us a similar number for the pure domestic cable growth, and of that, how much is value and volume?
I think there will be close to also a 60-40 ratio because there the copper content is less as compared to wire.
So you're saying 60% is volume led.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. And how much has been the total growth in terms of the pure domestic cable, excluding turnkey, excluding EHV?
Our low tension power cable has grown. Just I will. You see, our low tension power cable was in the quarter to quarter, if you are talking.
No, year on year. Q3 versus Q3 previous year.
Q3 to Q3, the cable business for domestic institution was 283 crore. As compared to last year, it was 251 crore.
Okay. So, but if we see the overall, competitors, we've seen, at least a marginal level of growth, or marginal to mid-level kind of growth in that. But for us, the growth has been a little curtailed. So, is there that
In the case of wire and cable, as regards to the domestic side, we have grown in terms of the institution side, in terms of the retail side. Both these sides, our growth was there. Because we were operating very high base last year, because as CMD sir explained, the Dangote order of 450 crore we executed last year, and our EPC sale was close to 1,000 crore last year. So against the 450 crore sale, there is almost negligible sale in this year. And the EPC sale of 1,000 crore, we will be touching around 600 crore sale. So 400 crore sale is foregone from EPC division, and as well as more than 350 crore sale foregone from the export side. But in spite of that, we will be able to achieve 86 to 87%. As we had projected in the month of May itself, we will achieve 85% at that time also. So now we will be closing to 87% achievement level. And in future also, because now the base is there, if we exclude the Dangote, our growth in the last 15 years, if you compare our balance sheet, on the turnover side, there is a 15% CAGR was available in the last 15 years. In the last 5 years, the growth was close to 20%. So same kind of momentum you will see in the next 4-5 years in the KL.
Okay. That's it from my side, and good luck.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ankit from Shubhkam. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Hani, boliye Ankit ji.
Sir, a few questions. Sir, if you could explain the maths behind your debt and the payables. I mean, your payables have declined a lot, but your net debt has increased. Still, your interest cost is down. So, if you could just explain, because optically it looks like your working capital has increased, but still the interest cost is down. So, if you could just explain the maths behind it.
So, LC interest is down.
Because LC interest is down, our acceptances has gone down from 770 to 308 crore level. So out of 460 crore rupees, we are not purchasing through LC. So we are not paying the interest. That's why we are purchasing on cash. That's why the payable has gone down.
And LC charges are also.
And LC charges, once we are not opening the LC, the LC charges are also less.
So,
reduction in interest cost actually.
Okay, so basically, the money which you borrow from banks is cheaper as compared to the LC cost, I mean the LC interest rate and the processing charges. Is it the right way to understand?
That is one way. Second way is we have the money. So why we should open the LC? We are buying on cash. You see, if you see the liability side balance sheet, our liability is reduced by more than 450 crore rupees. This means the cash is available with the company. So we are purchasing on cash. We are not opening the LC. Why we should pay the interest against the LC if we are having the cash?
Okay, I got your point. So considering this, now can we assume that your interest cost from here on would be in the range of 50 to 55 crores on an annualized basis?
Interest cost will be close to 15 crore a quarter, because अभी तो क्या interest rate भी कम है काफी, तो अगर next year थोड़ा interest rate ऊपर भी जाता है, still we will be able to restrict our financial cost to the level of 60 crore in a year.
So even, I mean, you have a plan of around 10,000 crore sales in, say, next 4-5 years. So even at that level of sales, I mean, would be achieved from internal accruals, and the interest cost, should we assume, will be in the range of 60 crores only, even at that level of sales?
Yes, because now, because of this 1 year cushion, now we are able to fund our capex from the internal accrual itself. So once the debt is not growing, so the interest cost will remain in this level.
Okay. And so what kind of revenue you are targeting in FY22, given the fact that your EPC business will be down?
Close to 20% incremental.
20%. Okay, but approximately like what, 5,000, 5,100 crores? What?
More than 5,000 crores. Close to 5,100 crores, we can say.
Okay. Okay. And so lastly, you did mention that in next year you are expecting a 30 to 40% growth in your housing wire segment. Now, this growth you are expecting in value terms or volume terms?
This in the value term. Because now what is the rate that is available with us. So now whatever financial projection will be made only on the basis of the current prevailing price.
Okay.
If you see,
and next year capex, please.
If you talk of the 9-month average, so 9-month average of LME copper has not moved so much.
Okay.
It's only 7-8% range, and in the copper, it is always fluctuating. Whether it sometimes goes up, sometimes goes down. But if you see our balance sheet in last 5 years or in last 15 years, we are always growing. So it is not we are dependent on the copper increase हो गया तो बढ़ जाएगा, copper decrease हो गया तो घट जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा.
Okay, so a fall in prices would be compensated by a volume. I mean, somewhere in that. Okay, and next year capex you mentioned. Pardon?
Yeah, that you can witness from the last year's balance sheet. Since last 4-5 years, the copper was operating at a 6,000 to 6,500 level. But in spite of that, we were growing more than 20%.
True. Okay. And so next year capex you mentioned would be 175 crores, right?
Yeah, close to 175 crores. But it will be finalized in the next board meeting, because once we finalize the land, then will be put up to the board, and the exact number will be known to you all within 2-3 months time.
Okay. And so lastly, I mean, the new normal for your EBITDA margins would be 11.5%. Is it the right assumption?
Yeah, it will be more than 11%.
Okay. Very helpful, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ankit.
Thank you. We would like to remind participants that you may press star 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Manish Agarwal from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. 2 questions from my side. I think you've mentioned it, but I've missed out the data. Sir, what was our capacity utilization for Q3 9-month for both cables and wires separately? And secondly, sir, if you could give us the Dangote order bookings for Q3 9-month this year and Q3 9-month last year.
First, the capacity utilization in the Q3 was 67% in cable, 76% in house wire, and close to 100% in SS wire. But if we talk of the 9 months, then the capacity utilization is 57% in cable division, 61% in house wire division, and 87% in SS wire division. That is mainly because of the first quarter lagging.
Right.
And 9 months, the Dangote sale was 147 crore in this financial year versus 193 crore last year. So, but in the third quarter itself, the Dangote sale was more than 120 crore actually. So that's why the export fallen in this quarter itself is there.
And sir,
last year major sale was in third and fourth quarter.
Okay. So, sir, this year, this quarter, we did not have any sale from Dangote, right?
So fourth quarter will be, because last year also fourth quarter will be close to 100 crore sale.
Yeah, but
no, sir, Q3 FY21, basically this quarter, December quarter this year.
Yeah, in this quarter, now we don't have any Dangote sale.
That order is finished.
Except the normal Dangote sale, because we are operating with the Dangote since last so many years. So one is their normal maintenance capex requirement that we are fulfilling, and another is that was the large order. So normal in a Dangote in a year close to 40-50 crore every year we are supplying to them.
Okay. That is a normal thing, sir.
Yeah, that is normal thing. We do business with the Dangote every year.
Yeah. So, sir, out of the big order, just one last thing. Out of the big order, did we book anything in December, or we are done with that basically? December quarter.
Please repeat your question.
In December quarter, sir, was there any leftover booking in that order, or we are already done with that?
We are already done. That order complete.
That order was finished in May itself, because some material could not be dispatched due to lockdown, so that was dispatched in May.
Okay, sure. Got it, sir. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Sparsh from Mirabilis Investment. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. First of all, could you provide the breakup of the order book as per EPC, cable, export, EHV and others?
In EPC, domestic order is 647 crore and EPC export is close to 355 crore. In extra high voltage power cable, order book is 460 crore plus L1 order is 130 crore, which we have already received in the month of January. And the cable domestic order is close to 1050 crore and cable export order is close to 90 crore rupees. So put together all, the order book is 2611 plus 130 crore L1 of extra high voltage.
Okay, sir. Sir, my second question would be, considering the working capital the receivables have increased and payables have gone down overall, but we have seen that our retail sales have improved, right, the contribution. So why has the working capital not improved or at least been?
Because of the retention money of EPC, which is now overdue. So 150 to 200 crore we will be collecting by March or maybe by April.
Okay, sir. Sir, and third question would be this 20% guidance for FY22 which has been stated. Is it including EPC business overall or is it excluding EPC that we expect overall?
It's KI as a whole.
Okay.
You see, other than EPC, we are still growing in the wire and cable.
Okay.
Presently also we are growing.
Okay, sir. That would be all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Devansh Nigotia from Simple. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, sir. Just have two questions. So one is, how are we responding to the copper price increases that have happened in last quarter as well, and even if we look at this month, Jan also, they have significantly increased by 7-8%. So your commentary on retail wiring as well as domestic cable, how the industry is responding and how we are reacting to this. And the second is in retail wiring, since we mentioned that, we are looking at really aggressive volume growth as well. Can you just throw some more light? So since some things that you mentioned were that in rural channel we are trying to focus, if you can just elaborate more on that, or how we are trying to penetrate in this market.
See, we are continuously revising our selling prices of copper cables every 15 days in last 4-5 months since when it started increasing. And so far as cables are concerned, whatever orders we are booking, we cover the copper content of that order immediately, and we are either booked the LME or we are having inventory in pipeline for that much of orders. So, and that, what was your other question?
Sir, in case of retail wiring, since
Retail penetration,
we are an emerging player, and I mean we have created some good scale. So going forward, since you mentioned that you are looking at very aggressive growth in this segment, and there are really established players. So how are we doing things differently? Let's say if you are trying to penetrate the rural network, if you can just throw some more light on the ground level activities that we are doing.
Yeah, we are mapping out the each and every place by population. We are positioning in every region, and in all the branches, the sales people who deals with the retail dealers are separated from the sales people who deals with the institutional cable sales and project sales to the housing developers. So and it is being monitored by at zonal level and the head office level, that how what are the below the line activities being conducted, promotional activities being conducted by the retail team with the electricians, with the influencers, and with the other middlemen who do the influencing activity, like architects and electrical consultants. So all these activities we are mapping, and like mapping out the beat activity of the salesperson, how many dealers he covered, and so we are mapping out and the performance of each and every sales personnel to improve the penetration.
Okay, so that was quite elaborate. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Ojaswi Agarwal, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I have two questions. My first question is on the working capital again. You had earlier mentioned in the call that your working capital will basically come to the FY20 level. Now in FY20, if I'm not wrong, your working capital days were about 80 days. Currently, it's about 125 days. So when you're saying it comes down to the last year level, we're talking about a huge recovery in your receivables. So can you give us some details in the receivable number, which is about 1,400 crores now, and where do you see at the end of March 31st, 2021?
You see, the EPC division 150 crore odd figures are there to recover, which is overdue. Because of that, these debtors are looking in terms of number is high. Our overall working capital cycle is, as far as the receivable side, is close to 3 months. So again, it will come down to 3 months level once we receive this EPC pending money of 150 crores.
See, to add it further, in this financial year, into 2021, due to a reduction in the GST revenue and central and state government's revenue, there was a pressure of payments from the government companies to the contractors. That is the major reason that this debtors have increased. But with the improvement in the tax collection, the payments are improved from this, and we expect substantial amount of payments within. We have received good amount of payments in January, and similar pattern will continue in February and March as per our expectation.
Okay, sir. I'll just move on. My second question is more towards a futuristic opportunity for wires and cables as a sector. So we know now that most of the global auto majors and all the economies are talking about complete electrification of transportation in the next 10-15 years. Now, when we talk about electrification of transportation, we're talking about a huge opportunity in charging infrastructure. Now, even if I think about charging at home, which is about 1.5 kilowatt, to which is a AC charging, to fast charging, which is, about 7.5 kilowatt. We're talking about a humongous opportunity. I mean, just imagine, for a 7.5 kilowatt fast charging, we need a 11,000 feeder line. So when we're talking about in the next 10, 15 years, an entire electrification, we are talking some crazy opportunity in this space. So where do you see KEI fit into that opportunity? Have you started evaluating this wave of electrification and charging infrastructure already?
I'll answer your question. As a company, we are present in all sectors of economy, and our penetration of supplies to solar power developer and then the power distribution companies, by whether private or government, and related contractors who work in this area of electric vehicle charging infrastructure, or the telecom operators who are building up these towers for signals, which also consumes a lot of cables, because each telecom tower consumes certain amount of cables. Similarly, all these related activities, we are present. We have a strong presence in metros. We have a strong presence in all the infrastructure industry, in the construction sector of every nature, be it hospitals, hotels, real estate, and this. So EV infrastructure, which is related to wind power or solar power, is not different. So we will be able to tap all these opportunities as wherever it is coming, and that will drive the growth. So far as capacities are concerned, our capacity of wires and flexibles, which goes into this EV infrastructure sector, is already built up substantially, and we have already doubled the capacity of our wires and flexibles by setting up a new power plant in Chinchpada of Silvassa, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, which has been operational since last 1 year. So we have the capacity to do this, and we are also going to do the capex for doubling our cable production capacity in next 2 to 3 years. The project we will start building up from next financial year. So I hope that I have been able to answer your question.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. Should you have a follow-up question, would request you to rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Sriram Rajaram from Ratnatraya Capital. Please go ahead.
So just need one data point. What is the value of overall domestic and export sales for the quarter?
You want the sale number of export sale?
Yeah, export and domestic.
So export sale in the current quarter was 139 crore, which includes the cable of 90 crore and 100 crore, and EPC portion was 21 crore, and we have one product, stainless steel wire, that is 18 crore. So put together that is 139 crore.
Okay.
Yeah, which was 300 crore last year. So the major difference in the basically the demote wire,
okay,
which is close to 100.
The domestic figure?
And the rest figure are the domestic figures. So institutional LTHT cable domestic is 344 crore. Through the dealer distributor sale, wire and cable is 410 crore. And extra high voltage power cable sale domestic is 155 crore. Stainless steel wire sale is 23 crore. And EPC other than cable is 100 crore.
Okay. Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The last question is from the line of Rahul Jain from Credent Wealth. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. Good afternoon, Anilji, and good afternoon, Rajeevji. So just to understand, just 2 questions. One is cables and house wire. So how do we look at KEI and how do we look at the industry growth for next, say, 3 to 5 years to come?
See, there will be substantial industry growth, and mainly people who are well organized, who have capacities and who can fund a good amount of working capital, those companies will be able to grow, and also who have good market across the country, they will be able to grow. So we are among top 2-3 companies in India who have the infrastructure at production level as well as the marketing level, and approvals at in every type of projects, from the consultants, from the utilities. So with the growth of economy and with the opportunities coming up, we will be equally benefited. Now the question of how we see our growth in terms vis-a-vis the industry. So the growth of an individual company can be a few points higher by its strategy, by its aggression, and by its marketing strategy. Rest, every company works, and so it is difficult to comment that how different we will be, but we will definitely be different and more aggressive and better placed, as we have demonstrated in last 5 years.
Sure. So, sir, cable mein, as we speak today, what is the total capacity for cable and wire today in terms of revenue? And then you mentioned about capex of 175 crores in cables. House wire का capex already हम खत्म कर चुके हैं. So total capacity से after 1 year would be how much?
अभी हमारा जो present capacity है वो approximately 5800 crore का है annual basis पर, और जो हम नया capacity add करने जा रहे हैं तो उससे हम इस कैपेसिटी को रफली 10,000 करोड़ तक ले जाएंगे.
10,000 करोड़. And for that, how much capex would be done?
उसके लिए जो कैपेक्स रिक्वायरमेंट होगी अगले 4 साल में वो रफली 600 से 700 करोड़ रुपए के करीब होगी.
एंड ये आप जो 10,000 बोल रहे हैं ये टोटल केबल एंड वायर पुट टुगेदर, ओनली केबल?
हाँ जी. नहीं अभी हम पुट टुगेदर दोनों की बात कर रहे हैं.
Okay, so if I'm right, in next 3-4 years, you will do a total capex of 600 से 700 crore, which will take your total capacity of cables and wire put together to 10,000 crores.
Correct.
उसमें से 175 crores का capex आप next year कर रहे हैं, ठीक है?
Yes.
And sir, any plans to enter FMEG segment?
Yeah, we are having discussions on that, and we are exploring that possibility. I think something will be decided in next 2 to 3 months time.
ठीक है. And last question sir, एक छोटा सा. Sir, हम capex activity cables जो है, it is so let's forget in last 9 months, but if I speak about 1 year back and today, as you see the environment, do you see some change in the environment in terms of the capex activity, which whereby gives you confidence in next year we can have a much higher growth?
Yeah, in fact, the projects which were stuck and which were not, and due to pandemic, and which were stuck due to some other reasons, they have been cleared, and we are seeing growing activity. You have seen that lot of metro projects are under construction now. High speed rail project between Bombay and Ahmedabad, the contracts have been awarded. Lot of tunnel projects of railways at various locations in Jammu and Kashmir as well as in northeast area are operative. Where a lot of expressways are built, where a lot of overhead lines will be converted into underground lines. So all these activities and number of smart city projects are under construction now, which has been awarded now, and real activity at sites are there. So all these things will lead to substantial demand of cables, and which we are already witnessing.
Sure. Thank you so much, Anilji and Rajuji, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
So, thank you very much for joining our conference call, and we have tried to give you the best possible, outlook, whatever we could give. But if you still have any specific questions, you may reach to us, and we will definitely reply specifically on those points. Thank you very much for your for sparing your valuable time for joining us this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. On behalf of Monarch Networth Capital Limited, that concludes KEI's Q3 FY21 earnings call. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.